Hey everyone, I'm here from a meal kit service, and we are in the kitchen today, talking all about the difference between eggs versus milks. Which one is better for you? How should you be using them? Let's get started. First up, let's talk about eggs. Eggs are such an awesome food. They have been around forever. They are super versatile, easy to cook with, and they can really fit into any diet or lifestyle. But what actually are eggs? Well, they're obviously served to us by chickens. But what does that chicken need to make the egg? Well, she needs feed. That feed is made of things like corn and soy and wheat. And she also needs a bunch of protein sources like insects and little seeds and sometimes even small fish. The chicken eats all this stuff, and then it gets processed through her body and comes out as an egg. Once we crack that open and cook that egg, we get that beautiful leathery protein that we all love to eat. But eggs aren't just protein. They're also a great source of healthy fats, especially those omega-3 fatty acids. They're also full of vitamins and minerals like vitamin D and B12 and choline and selenium. Now, when it comes to cooking with eggs, there are so many different ways to do it. You can poach them, you can fry them, scramble them, bake them, boil them, make an omelet. There are so many options, and you can really use eggs in both sweet and savory dishes. And because they're so versatile, eggs are a staple around the world. From quiches in France to pad thai in Thailand to Scotch eggs in Britain, you name it, there is a dish with eggs in almost every country. Now, although eggs are super nutritious, they do have their downsides. First of all, they come from chickens, which means they require a lot of resources to make them. It takes about 3 pounds of feed to produce just 1 pound of eggs. Not to mention, chickens need water and land to roam and housing. Raising all those chickens requires a lot of space, energy, and money. This is why eggs aren't always the most affordable option, and unfortunately, not all chickens are treated humanely. In the United States, most commercial chickens are confined by the millions to dark, dank sheds with thousands of other birds. They're packed in so tightly, in fact, that they can barely move. Even worse, some farmers even resort to cutting off their beaks to prevent the birds from pecking each other. If you don't want to support these awful practices, look for pasture-raised or free-range eggs at your grocery store. Just know that those will likely be more expensive than regular eggs. Also, although eggs are great for most people, they can be dangerous for others. People who have allergies to eggs can have reactions ranging from mild discomfort to anaphylaxis. Lastly, eggs are high in cholesterol, which can be bad for some people. People who have heart disease or diabetes should speak to their doctors before eating eggs every day. All right, now let's shift gears and talk about milk. Milk is exactly what it sounds like. It's milk. It's kind of obvious, but stay with me here. There's so many different types of milk out there. We've got whole milk, skim milk, oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, pea protein milk, hemp milk, rice milk, coconut milk, macadamia nut milk, flavored milk, organic milk, non-organic milk, fair trade, milk, ultra-pasteurized milk, raw milk, the list goes on and on. Although there are a lot of options, not all milk is created equal. Let's take a closer look at a few popular kinds. Whole milk has a lot of things to offer. It's great for drinking straight up, for adding to cereal, or for cooking with. Whole milk is high in calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D. It's also easier to work with when it comes to cooking because of its higher fat content. Since milk is mostly made of water, it's not a very filling beverage. You may find yourself wanting more pretty soon after you have some. Skim milk is basically whole milk without the fat. Some people prefer this option because it's lower in calories and fat. It's also less rich, so it is not ideal for cooking unless you're remaking something like a sauce, where the extra liquid can help thin it out. When it comes to nutrition, skim milk is lower in some nutrients like vitamin A and D because they're fat-soluble. However, it's still a good source of protein, calcium, and potassium. Non-dairy milks have become really popular in recent years. Many people choose to avoid dairy products for ethical reasons, for allergies, or for dietary restrictions. Luckily, there are lots of plant-based milks to choose from. Oat milk is often used as a coffee creamer because it has a naturally sweet, creamy flavor. It's also high in fiber, which is a nice bonus. Almond milk is another favorite. It's low in calories and fat and a good source of vitamin E. Soy milk is high in protein and calcium and is a good option for people with allergies because it's one of the few plant-based milks that isn't made with nuts. Pea protein milk, hemp milk, and rice milk are also good options for people with allergies. Pea protein milk is a good source of iron and fiber. Hemp milk is high in omega-3 fatty acids and rice milk is great for those following a vegan diet. When it comes to cooking with milk, there are some things to keep in mind. First of all, milk can spoil. It's a good idea to keep it refrigerated until you're ready to use it, and to throw it away if it smells or looks weird. Milk can also burn easily, so it's important not to overheat it. Lastly, milk is an important ingredient in a lot of recipes. But it can be replaced with a similar liquid if you don't have any on hand. Water is obviously the most obvious substitute, but you can also use juice or even beer in some instances. So, which one should you go for? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Eggs are a complete protein source, meaning they have all 9 essential amino acids your body needs. They're also full of healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Eggs are best known for breakfast dishes, but they can really be used at any meal of the day. Milk is also a great source of protein in addition to calcium and other vitamins and minerals. It's also really versatile and can be used in cooking, baking, smoothies, and cereal. However, milk has less protein per serving than eggs, and it also has a lot of sugar. Plus, cow's milk is a common allergen. If you are allergic to milk, you can try switching to a plant-based alternative, like almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk. Well, we hope we helped you decide which one to buy at the grocery store. What about at the farmer's market? Well, our meal kits feature both eggs and milk in lots of recipes. We use them in everything from breakfast burritos to creamy pasta sauces to fluffy pancakes. We've got tons of options for you, no matter what you're in the mood for. Our ingredients are delivered fresh and pre-portioned to your doorstep, so you never have to worry about wasting anything. All you need to do is follow the recipe and enjoy the delicious meal you made. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us and learning all about eggs versus milks. If you like this video, make sure to leave us a thumbs up and click subscribe so you're notified every time we release a new video. See you next time.